Hello, I am Richard A. Boxall, and this is my short and almost daily podcast in which I chronicle my life and attempt to be a writer by writing daily-ish.
You're listening to the diary of a wannabe writer, Season 3.
Hello, today is Tuesday the 21st of July 2026. Welcome to the show. What shall I talk about today? Well, I'm going to talk about what I did. So I woke up quite early. I didn't sleep all that well, and as such I'm recording this at 20 to 10 and I'm quite tired. But what I did was I woke up at about 6. No, I woke up at about 6, maybe slightly earlier, and knew I wasn't going to get back to sleep. So I read a few more chapters of Dune, by Frank Herbert. I still think we're in the territory of what was covered by part 1 of the recent pair of films that this book is that are based on this book. But I enjoyed it. And then the next thing I did was I sort of got up, had some breakfast, and then decided to do some writing. Now, what I kind of intend to do going forward is a couple of writing sessions a day, one morning, one afternoon. But today, I had plans. So I was actually due to go and visit a friend of mine this afternoon in Bedford. So I decided that I was going to try and write 2,000 words this morning of chapter 30 of Self-Portrait. And so I did a little bit of prep. Oh, and the other thing I did before I did that, you haven't heard me talking about my other podcast recently, the Unofficial British Artist Top 20, and that's because I kind of burnt myself out a little bit. So it's great to do, but it is a lot of work, especially, doing an album review every week and compiling the news and compiling the chart. And in fact, I was late for releasing. So what I did a couple of weeks ago was, rather than do a podcast, I just did a 2-minute, not really a podcast, but an episode that just had the chart in it. And then I didn't do one last week. Well, I finally got my act together and recorded it this morning. So last week's chart, the one that should have come out on the 13th, dropped today. And then I have actually compiled the chart that should have been released yesterday. And I'll do that in the next couple of days. And then eventually I'll go back to doing more than just the countdown. I will actually go back to doing a podcast, maybe call it Season 2 or something like that. But yeah, because I thought, I might as well abandon this now. I've not done it. And thought, no, let's get the missing chart out there. And then so it was a week late, but the one that should have come out yesterday, that's been as late as Wednesday before, probably Thursday this week, to be fair. But anyway, so I did that, and then I did my writing live stream, and I got the first 2,000 words of chapter 30 of Self-Portrait written. Now, I was going to write a little bit more, but I got to a point where I thought, how am I going to get myself out of this? And then I realised it would be something to do with Charlie's ability, but I didn't figure out how. So it's quite fun in a way. So I've shown Charlie nipping back in time 12 hours, because that's his ability. But I haven't shown what he chooses to do with that to resolve the situation, so I'm going to have to think that over, and that will be in the next thing I write. Now, when I was on the live stream today, I was talking about, hopefully, because I've got no plans for tomorrow, and I managed to write 2,000 words in 2 hours today. Well, in 3 writing sprints, actually, so technically 25 minutes times 3, so an hour and a quarter, I managed to write 2,000 words, and I kind of know exactly what's got to happen now, so, it should be easy. And then, I'll go on to what happened next. I went and visited a friend of mine in Bedford, and whilst I was there, my friend who was up here for a couple of days when I didn't do the podcasts messaged me to say, do you remember, we're going to see a pantomime in Kew Gardens tomorrow? And oh, thank God she remembered. And she had forgotten as well. She had literally forgotten, so had I. And she got a reminder come up of some kind today that reminded her that it's tomorrow. So tomorrow, I will do some writing. Or maybe I won't, because the pantomime is at 2:00. It's always worth being there early with something like that. So I intend to get to my friends at about midday, which means I'm going to have to leave about 10:30. And technically, I could do exactly what I did this morning. I've written 2,000 words by 10:30. But I think I won't. I think I'll just do 1,000 words tomorrow, or nothing, just see how I feel. Then go to my friends. I'm not staying the night or anything, so I'll be back tomorrow evening, probably quite late. And then the stuff I was going to do tomorrow, Wednesday the 22nd, I will do on Thursday. So because I reckon, realistically, I am one writing session away from finishing this chapter because I know exactly what I need to do. I think I was saying this on the live stream, but I've not said it on here. So yeah, Thursday I will try and finish that chapter, and I will try and get it signed off as well, because I want to try and finish the final chapter, chapter 31, in one session, in one live stream, even if it's 4 or 5 hours long. And I've kind of got that provisionally scheduled for Friday or Saturday. I'd like to do it on Friday. If I wasn't going to Kew Gardens tomorrow, I would do it on Friday, but I think because I'm going to be busy tomorrow, and then Thursday it'll probably be quite difficult to write the remaining 2, 3, 4, however many thousand words it is, and get it screen and paper edited and grammar checked and signed off. So I don't think that's realistic to all do in one day, but we shall see. So yeah, so my thoughts are I will probably do all that on Thursday and edit on Friday, and then Saturday I will try, no promises, but try and do the first draft of chapter, well, the zero draft really, of chapter 31, the final chapter, in one sitting. And then it'll be done. Then all I've got to do is edit the bloody thing. Anyway, those are my plans. So yes, Kew Gardens tomorrow. I can't even remember what we're going to see. I know it's a pantomime. I know it's done by the Australian Theatre Company. So, yep, I'll talk to you tomorrow at some point. Take care. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.
You have been listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer, presented by me, Richard A. Boxall. Thank you for tuning in to my cogitative considerations, and if you'd like to know more about me or my projects, visit my link tree on linktr.ee/Richard Writes. Capital R, capital W. Thank you for listening.